Let's talk about GGS. They seem to be doing very good recently. Closer seems to be doing well in the jungle, has that more aggressive play since the swap in mid lane. Shout out to DeMonte, keeping things fresh there and allowing Closer to breathe. But Emily, based on what you've seen, is this team for real? Can they have a good postseason run?
I thought Golden Guardians were better than their losses at the beginning of the season. I know they tweeted out statistically about like their early game statistics, but the moment I actually really started believing in Golden Guardians at all was when they faced FlyQuest in week 3. And yeah, okay, I want to bring up the match history. So they faced FlyQuest in week 3. They get out ahead. They make a bunch of mistakes. And FlyQuest have a better scaling comp, right? And Golden Guardians basically have to pull off this thing where they have to split the map. They have to split push with DeMonte on Twisted Fate and Haunter on Jace and Huhi on Tom Kench. The reason why I'm including Huhi in there is because he can transport the team, and not the team, but one person. To affect side lanes. Anyway, they ended up playing it out really, really well, despite the fact that FlyQuest, after Golden Guardians kind of made a lot of mistakes in their mid game, FlyQuest really should have won this game due to their composition. And this is where I really started to believe in Golden Guardians and their communication as a team, because I was like, okay, this is a team that even when they mess up, they recognize their own win conditions and they can play to those. And that's actually like so important, especially again when you have a lot of parity. Like if you can lock in a draft that you're confident in playing in, you're confident in executing, that's like huge. And then on top of it, I do like a lot of the moves that they make early. I think obviously we're going to talk about Closer because he's been the driving force behind a lot of map movement that GGS do make early. The addition of DeMonte has looked really, really good. And then like with Hugi and Closer kind of steering that early game, I think this team is in a really good spot headed into playoffs.
Arda, I have an analogy for you. I have it all summed out for you, Arda. I'm ready for all the people in the chat. I have a perfect description of Golden Guardian for you. Are you ready, Arda?
Yes.
All right. Pokemon. Stick with me. Pokemon. Evolution. Let's say Charizard is peak FPX. Like, we're not at current FPX. Current FPX, hit and miss. Better if getting moved back in the lineup. Peak FPX is Charizard. Chameleon. Or Chameleon? Is it Chameleon? I don't know the middle. Charmeleon. There we go. Thank you, Emily. Charmeleon. That's like Cloud9 at their best. They know how to play the style, the roaming style, playing with the bot lane, weak side top laner. Charmeleon. Golden Guardians right now are Charmeleon. With DeMonte coming in, DeMonte has really accepted this role of. He's even said it pretty flat out. He's seen how Niski plays. He's seen how Doinby plays. He wants to enable Closer. And I think the biggest, thing we don't really talk about how his insane FBI is and how he might be the best AD carry right now in North America. And the reason why this style is working outside of how Closer's carrying is that they enable and roam around and play for FBI. So I like what Golden Guardians are doing. It's not, it's not C9 level yet in the middle. It's nowhere near Charizard FPX when they were doing the same thing over and over again at Worlds, and G2 no idea how to stop it for whatever reason. Oh, they put Pike mid. That was a great deal. Good job, G2. But I really like they're finding an identity for themselves, and they're going for it. And who knows where this evolution line might end. But for right now, I think it's good enough to be a top playoff team in NA, which is Charmander is a top NA team right now. But I do believe in them. I do like that they've kind of adopted the style that they saw C9 and FPX playing. And DeMonte is really taking over that role where it's like, I'm going to enable my players. He did it last split on Dignitas with Clutch Gaming when they went to Worlds, enabling the top and bottom lanes of Cody and Hooney. And he's doing it again, once again, of Closer and FBI. And FBI deserves a lot of credit because he's probably the least talked about player in the entire league. You almost never hear about him unless it's the FBI meme of knock knock, but he's actually a ridiculously good player. I know he's from Oceania, so he probably gets a bit less hype than other import players, but he's been a revelation in the split for Golden Guardians. And I want to give him a shout out because we always talk about Closer, but FBI deserves as much recognition as Closer.